Hello, everyone. I'm back. And guess what? Since the last time I recorded this, they have unleashed a new 1D&D thing. So that said, Syvwlch's and Yrcys' abilities have changed. So they changed Ranger to where instead of starting with 2 expertise, he only gets 1, and I put his expertise in Stealth. They got rid of Ranger cantrips. Doesn't have that anymore. They have an improved version of Favor Terrain, where now I can change it every night, and I mean, that's good. Level 1, Weapon Mastery, which is real good, because I love using Weapon Masteries. Favorite Enemy. Hunter's Mark is no longer a spell that any class can get. It is now solely a ranger spell. Kind of like how it was before, except now I guess it's official. And it's a part of the class. Because the only way you could get the spell was to take 2 levels in Rangers before. So it's okay, I guess. But now it is concentration again, for 1. And for 2, it does not require a spell slot to cast the first time you cast it every day. And for 3, Hunter's Mark has been changed to where it now deals more damage whenever you use certain spell slots. And then Fighting Style. I still took Natasha's guide for Druidic Warrior, so I took Shillelagh Guidance. Something else they've changed, which they're doing for every character now at level 7. Every spellcaster at level 7 now gets potent spellcasting. Or at least the option to get potent spellcasting. Which is so good if you're a spellcaster, where you can add your ability modifier to cantrips. But back to this story, where we ended last time was Syvwlch and Yrcys were outside of this found catacomb, searching for Derek Graymantle after hearing about his disappearance. I rolled for the lore on this area, and what I got was that it is a stronghold made by hobgoblins beneath a graveyard that belonged to a hobgoblin named Gor Rage. And after the stronghold of Gor Rage was built, it was later abandoned due to a plague. So let's go in and explore this tavern. Or this cavern, even. Ooh. Love the sneezes where all of your possible air leaves your lungs. Oh, I'll be right back. Didn't wake up feeling sick, but apparently have now decided to become sick. Which is great, I guess. I have to recommend to anybody that is out there to just go to your local Walmart or something and buy yourself pocket tissues. They are so good, especially if you're a mucus-filled monster like me. Okay, hopefully there won't be too many sneezing interruptions, but I am quite clogged and my throat is draining quite a bit into the back of my throat. But I really wanted to play some more solo D&D. I want to see where Syvwlch and Yrcys gets to. Especially because I have rolled on Yrcys's, both of them. I rolled on their life events. And let's see if I can find it to show you guys. Here we go, Fate Table. Every day and every morning, you roll on this Fate Table, see what happens. I rolled 22 because that is, I believe, how long we've been playing. So 22 D100s. And nothing happened for Syvwlch, but Yrcys got 1 neutral life event. And the one she ended up getting was... Here it is. The one she got was called on for some sort of civil service. So when we get back to town, we may have another quest to do. But for now, we will go ahead and explore this cavern. And something that they can see immediately is light in the distance with a hobgoblin around it. So this place is, we can already tell, occupied. That said, upon seeing a creature, we are going to stealth. Oh, that's not a good start. Well, hold on to the daily reroll we get from Yrcys for now. That average... What is that average? 12? Yeah, so the average is 12. And we walk up to this bridge where we see, as you see here, I used the dungeon master... I'm having trouble talking because of this sickness. I used the Dungeon Master's Guide for dungeon generation and rolled for every area there is to see what's going on. This first one got the chasm. So we gotta figure out how to get across this. It was supposed to be 40 feet wide, but the room wasn't large enough for that, so I went as large as I could. It might just be me, but does this line look tilted to you? It looks like it's not even. Though it's staying on the grid. Is it not even? Oh, it's not even. How did that happen? Not that it matters, but still kind of weird that it happened. So how can we get across this chasm? What do we have? We have ropes. We both have ropes, which is definitely long enough. Not long enough to get all the way down, though, because 80 feet, and then how are we going to get back up? Oracle, are these platforms on the side here? Are they also crumbled? Yes. Okay. So this one's crumbled. How about the one on the left? Can we pass that? We cannot pass that now. Okay. Do we have anything we can use as a weight? Are the walls able to be climbed? No. Wow. Really just want us to get across this. So the chasm walls are too rugged to successfully climb. Can we climb with an ability check? No. Oh, Oracle, how dare you screw me. How about these side walls? Can the side walls be shimmied upon? Maybe. So with a successful athletics or acrobatics check, we can shimmy across these walls here without falling into the chasm. Give it a shot. Go to the left side because DM knowledge knows that Graymantle is over there. So let's try. 13 and 12. DC was going to be 10 because we are still pretty low level. So we both managed to shimmy across the side of the chasm. Now we can't see the goblins anymore, but he can once he steps there. In Graymantle, can't see him because he's small. But his passive perception is 15, which means he notices us as we get near the side of the cage that he's kept on. So upon going in front of Derek's cell, he sees Syvwlch and immediately thinks to himself, oh god, more, because there is a stigma against kobold in the world. Most of them are evil, and most of them align themselves with stronger creatures. So Syvwlch is trying to break that mold, but Derek, upon seeing Yrcys with Syvwlch, his thought immediately goes to, oh, thank the gods. And he lightly whispers out to them, saying, hey, you. Which makes Syvwlch and Yrcys jump because they're looking at the hobgoblins. Like they just sort of, and he goes, you're adventurers, right? Did you come here to help with the radar problem? And Syvwlch will look to him and say, we come to save Derek Graymantle. We hear from groups that he go missing. And Derek says, that's me. Listen, get me out of here and help with whatever you need. These hobgoblins killed some of my crew. Glad to hear that some of them got away though. But for now, I need food, and I need to get out of here. And Syvwlch will look at the hobgoblins, and then look at Derek, and he will pull out his thieves tools. All right, so he will make a thieves tool check. Given Xanathar's guide for everything's usage on tools, he is proficient in both the tools and sleight of hand, which is necessary to use the tools. So he rolls at advantage, which is a nat 20. Syvwlch very easily picks open the cell, and he steps aside to let Derek out. Derek is going to try to stealth. Let's see. When they captured him, they would have taken his armor. So he is currently... Okay, so currently AC 13. Not one. Oh. Alright, well, with 2 nat 1s in the stealth groups, they cannot stealth past the hobgoblins anymore. Especially as that nat 1 was just a 1. And combat will begin. The hobgoblins cannot see them. They heard them, but they cannot see them, which means that right now range attacks are at advantage because they're attacking from obscurity. So as I hear the cracking of Derek's knees and Syvwlch's horrible knocking rocks around and stuff, they finally notice and they stand up and turn, drawing their weapons as they look into the darkness. Syvwlch sighs, knowing that, okay, we're gonna have to fight these guys now. And he's going to open up with a sorcerer's burst from the shadows. 12, AC 18. Man, that advantage too. Doesn't do. He can jump up to his strength score, so he's going to try to leap over here, and that's going to require an acrobatics check to not land prone. God. So he just doesn't make it and lands down on the ground instead. Is a 10-foot height, so he doesn't take any damage, but he does land prone. Okay, Yrcys gonna move here. Check to see that Syvwlch is okay. He's just on the ground. And she's going to try to attack the hobgoblin from stealth. She doesn't hit because AC 18. What's her strength? 10. She can jump just fine. She makes it without an ability check. And bonus action hides. So he's going to go over here. And that's his turn. Derek. Okay, so right now he doesn't have any weapons or armor. So he's gonna toll the dead this guy. So saving throw. He fails. And he takes 2. That's them. Syvwlch uses half his movement to stand. And he's going to try to fire a sorcerer's burst at the hurt guy. He's seen, so now it's a straight roll. Hey, he does it. Oh, so close to being able to multiply that damage. So he took like 5 acid damage. And then he's going to move back here. Underneath the overhang. Yrcys, who successfully hid. So Yrcys kills a hobgoblin with her bow and arrows. Hobgoblins rush forward. That's all they can do. Derek is going to toll the dead this far one, who seems to be trying to, or preparing at least to do ranged attacks. Makes it. Okay, so this guy draws his longbow and he's going to fire at one of them. Misses. Okay, Syvwlch, our local tank it seems, is going to bonus action Shillelagh. That hits. 7 damage. Yrcys is going to aim for the same guy that the Syvwlch did. Yrcys kills another hobgoblin with her bow and arrow. She is then going to stow the bow, jump down, and bonus action help on this hobgoblin. Misses. It seems whatever plague has decided to ravage these here hobgoblins has made them somewhat weak. Hobgoblin fails, takes damage. 7. Derek would hop down, but he has no armor. So it'll just be dumb. This guy's gonna shoot at Derek. Misses. Fancy. Fancy that, huh? Syvwlch is going to attack at an advantage. Syvwlch misses. And she draws her short sword and her dagger. One of her abilities that change is that she now has weapon mastery. Nick, to where she can attack twice while dual wielding light weapons with the attack action, and Vex, where she can give herself advantage on the next attack. So she is going to first attack, try to Vex this guy if she hits. She doesn't, but she can make a second attack with her offhand dagger. She doesn't have a fighting style for it, so it's just straight 1d4. But damage is damage. That hits Yrcys for 3 damage. He takes 9. Kills him with Toll of the Dead. 1, 2, 3. That's Syvwlch. That hits. 2 damage. Derek kills the Hobgoblin with Toll of the Dead, thus ending the combat. Derek will leap down and walk over to them and say, "Well, you sure know how to hold yourself in battle. Do you mind if I take a moment to find my weapons and armor? Then we can help. Then I can help you try to clear this place. See what other treasures lie beyond." And with that, he will re-loot his weapons and armor. And while he does that, we will take a short rest. And while he is getting on his armor and eating some food, we will loot the bodies. So we got 13 and 18. So one of these bodies I have loaded up with all of the loot that the Hobgoblins have. Yrcys finds it. And what the treasure is 1 spell scroll of counterspell, 1 potion of healing greater, and then 7, I believe it was, 25 gold piece art objects. So while we loot and find all of these magnificent items to sell for money, we ask Derek, what is he doing here? To which he responds that he and his group have heard rumors that this crypt was recently found, but also rumors that the recent nearby areas were being raided. He figured that they were related and led some people down here. 2 fell, 1 fled, and he was captured. He is eager to continue to clear out this crypt to stop any more raiders from invading the nearby lands. We tell him our story, that technically Syvwlch is the leader here, and Yrcys is just someone that he saved who is paying back a life debt by serving him the best she can. Though at this point is more companionship than it is life debt. Amused by the prospect that a Dragonborn is serving a kobold, he will simply agree that it's a funny situation and say that he likes us. Let us work together. And at the end of the long rest, or at the end of the short rest, we will continue on. Not sure this place is entirely empty. We're going to try to stealth again. So we have a very good average. So we walk forward, and we see this. A ghoul. Though we don't know it's a ghoul. We've never seen a ghoul before. But it's just chewing on corpses, rotting, pestilent. It smells so bad. But the creature is just chewing on bodies. Some seem fresh, and some seem really, really old. We're going to try to ambush it, so we get a surprise round as we initiate combat. Surprised gets nothing. Hold on. Something I forgot. Yrcys rolled really good on her investigation. It was like an 18 or something. How many arrows does she claim from the archers? Because they all had longbows. She's only able to find 5 arrows. Right, okay. So attacking from stealth, he has advantage on this. Oh, it's 6. I could add another one. Damn it. Okay. So it's 11. It's undead, so I'm just going to do fire, because I know undead aren't resistant to fire, and that's all I got. Derek, not much for stealth, is going to charge. The 1 D&D dwarves have a movement speed of 30, not 25, which is why he's able to move 30. But he's going to move, and he's going to do his only ranged attack, which is Toll the Dead. He makes it. Yrcys is going to attack from stealth. Nat 20, 7 damage to the ghoul. The ghoul, aware of fresh meat, and fresh meat that hurts when it hits it, is going to rush the nearest creature. Nat 1, next attack against it has advantage. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and attack it at advantage. For 2 lightning, because why not? I like mixing things up. Derek's going to show off his martial prowess and try to slash at it with his sword. That's a nat 1. Next attack against him has advantage. She got another nat 20. Why did I go immediately up to there? Another nat 20. The ghoul is dead, due to Yrcys' nat 20 bow shot straight through the skull. Just falls over dead. Syvwlch will say, "Are you sure you know how you sword?" And Derek says, "Yes, but again, I am quite starved, and it's been a while. We try to re-stealth." 10, 1, we're not getting anywhere, are we? And 4, yeah, no, it's abysmal stealth. I mean, we think we're stealth, but we're not. So we continue walking up to catacombs when we see something ghastly. And because we failed stealth, it knows we're here. This floating ghost sitting in there looking at a throne of bones. Her hands interlinked with each other. And she turns to us and says, "It has been my duty to defend this place until Gor Rage returns. I will not let anyone sully his memory." And she points to us and says, "Interlopers must die." Syvwlch doesn't like this. Move here. Sorcerer's Burst. Oof, only an 8. 14. Hits for 4 damage, but the damage resistance, lightning, thunder, yeah, physical. So she takes 2 instead. Depending on how easy this fight goes, determines whether or not she's going to try to summon skeletons to help her. It is 30 feet, right? 50 feet, ooh. But closest person, 13. Just misses. Lucky her. Derek will flank her. And instead of attacking, he's going to cast Bless on the 3 of them. Add 1d4 to attack rolls and saving throws. Syvwlch will continue to Sorcerer's Burst her. That hits. 1 lightning damage. Ooh, she's resistant to lightning, so she takes no lightning damage. She has half rounded down. So now he knows that lightning will not hurt her. She puts her bow away. She can only stow and draw 1 weapon per turn, which means that she cannot draw the short sword at the same time. So she's going to action dodge. Bonus action help. Let's see, Snow Lady misses. Derek going to swing. That hits. That's 3. We're just going to take a couple steps back. So lightning didn't work. Add a d4 to that. So 11 misses. Yrcys will draw her short sword and her dagger. The 7 reduced to 3. So she's going to Vex attack, which means she has advantage on attacking with the dagger. For 2 more damage. Does she summon skeletons to aid her? No, not this turn. Okay. So she's going to keep just trying to life drain someone. Still misses though. 9 reduced to 4. Come on, Syvwlch, you can do it. What elements can you do? Acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, psychic, or thunder. So he knows lightning doesn't work. It doesn't have veins or blood, so poison won't work. He'll just try fire. I know she's resistant to it, but he doesn't. He's got to experiment. 2. Oddly enough, I thought she would be... Oh, she's immune to cold. So the only element I can use to really hurt her is psychic. Nat 20 or 4 damage. So 1. So I'm gonna put a +5 to this. Now does she summon skeletons? 10, maybe. So I guess for now that's just roll again. No. Nope. I guess there are no skeletons to summon. Oh, I skipped her turn by accident. Nope, go back, Derek. That one didn't count. Don't worry about it. She's gonna try to drain someone. Wow. Okay. 5 reduced to 2. Kills the ghost. All right. We win. The ghost dies, fading into a incorporeal mist of ectoplasm. Derek will sort of look at the body and just shrug and say, "I was expecting more, but this works for now." He's going to turn around to the throne and say, "Gor Rage, huh? Looks like I have some research to do when we get back to town. Listen, you two fought Kind of well. Oh, very well. And you saved me. Would you mind if I called upon you again sometime? Or maybe if you have a job that requires a bit more hands, feel free to call upon me. I'd be more than happy to serve you. To which we agree. Let's see if there's any loot around. Can't tell. If there's loot around, we don't find it. But we have cleared out the stronghold of Gor Rage. Got some money. And got another sidekick. With that said, we will begin to lead Derek back to Brecker's Landing. In the middle of the night, we get attacked. Or not really attacked, I guess. We'll see what it is. So Aircap is going to try to stealth on us. Okay, it is very stealthed. So Derek unfortunately does not notice the Aircap approaching. So the Aircap sees us and decides to go for the strike of the one he can see. Whatever. It's going to bite first and then claw. 18 hits. 5 piercing. And then he's resistant to poison, being a dwarf, so -3 poison. He's got to make a saving throw though. Makes it. He is not poisoned. But he is surprised, so skip. Surprise, sleeping. Oh, I forgot to claw attack. I only did the bite. Misses. Okay, so claw. So now he's gonna bite again. Misses. Claws. Misses. Derek is going to call for aid. He's gonna bash his sword on his shield. And be like, intruder! Tunk, tunk, tunk. 8. That's 8. The only bonus actions he has right now is Stone Cunning, which is great if, people are hidden or whatever. And Healing Word, which I guess he could do on himself. Syvwlch will be awake now, spend half of his movement to wake up, walk out of the tent, see that, not like that, shillelagh and smack. Well, it's dead no matter what, because it's only a 1. But she stabs the Aircap just straight in his big old bulbous belly. Bunch of web shoots out at him as he dies. And that's our encounter. In the morning. So we only get 1 in the morning as we're picking up camp. Okay, so we're dealing with 6 wolves. Wolves are not going to be climbing up the mountainside. They'll be coming up the actual ridge. We get 1 chance to try to dissuade the wolves from attacking. So animal handling, 19. I happen to convince the wolves to not. They just don't. I tell them that if they want the Ettercap, they can have the Ettercap corpse. But we are more than they can handle. And the wolves seem to agree, as they will let us leave and take the Ettercap corpse. 1 encounter and 2 encounters. 1 while we're looking for a campground, 1 while we set up camp in the first shift. Let me update this because it's been 2 days. Is Green Hag, Traveling Sage / Archivist. I don't think we can handle a hag right now. I'll be honest. So we get the Traveling Archivist. And with the Archivist, we will trade with him. Information for rations. So Derek Graymantle studied the catacombs we're at. Let's see how much information he can give him. We traded with him all the knowledge we know of the stronghold of Gor Rage. Does he know any information about Gor Rage? Yes. We know what type of equipment he wears. Being a hobgoblin, it's usually heavy armor. And he was a demanding ruler. That's all we get. Ooh, we find an item of interest. So I assume at this campground that we find, but we weren't the first ones here. Something got left behind. It says a backpack, a purse with interesting contents, a hat with a note, or an engraved ring. Could be anything. It is a hat with a note inside. Health. I'll put this note in Syvwlch's inventory. Keywords for this note are, so far, health. And how many more keywords do we get? Only 2. March, damage. Ooh, health, march, and damage. My first thought is, does this hat belong to the hobgoblins? Yes, belongs to the hobs. So the health might relate to the fact that the that the stronghold was abandoned due to a plague that attracted ghouls, mind you. So they marched away because the place is too damaged. Does the note tell where they are marching to? Yes. Another thing I should ask is this message in common? No. So probably written in Goblin. See, written in Goblin. So that's all we can get right now. So far, I got that a notice from Gor Rage Stronghold. So that's all we can get so far without correct translation. There is a location, we just don't know to where because we can't read it. So that's the random encounter at night. We find this campground with signs of hobgoblins somewhat recently after the abandonment of the stronghold. The following night, we arrive in Brecker's Landing. Upon entering Brecker's Landing, Derek Graymantle will turn to us and thank us for our help. Our reward would be all the treasure we found. He won't take any, but he will try to find us again when he can, so we can work together. He's interested in our group, and he heads off towards his home while we go to our room in the Adventurers Guild, where we will be staying until we can get a place of our own eventually. See, we probably won't look for another job until after the holiday, but Yrcys does have that summons. So what we will do first is sell what we can. We can sell all this treasure, which is 175 gold, which we will split between us. So we take a day to try to sell those. And now we are going, before we answer that summons, we're going to try to sell the magic scroll. Selling a magic item. So a third level spell scroll is uncommon. So we get a +0 D100 modifier. Okay, so we will spend the week until the 2nd of the next month to try to find a buyer for the spell scroll. So investigation, and Syvwlch will help her. Doesn't need it. She finds one almost immediately, actually. It's uncommon, so we find a buyer in 4 days. So 4 days will go by. And see, the D100 is uncommon, so +0. And then plus her charisma mod, which is +1. So this +1. 11. A 10th of the base price. Oof. Can I re-roll that? Thank you. Thank you, Almighty Oracle. 64. Okay, that's much better. See, a buyer offering half the base price and a shady buyer offering the full base price. Shady, huh? Wait a minute. Xanathar's Guide has something for this. Selling a magic item. Complications. I should copy this over. I'll do that right quick while I'm editing or while I'm recording. The Xanathar's Guide refines this, makes it easier. Boop. Okay. I think before I continue, there's one more thing I want to do, and that's add the buying a magic item table. And then I'll continue on with the game. Let me just go back the 4 days, because that was before I read the Xanathar's version. So it's 25 gold pieces and a work week, which I imagine for a 10-day would be 7 days. So she will spend that, and a work week will pass, 7 days will pass, and she needs to make a persuasion check. And I'll add the D4, because I'll guide her. Doesn't need it. Actually, nah, doesn't need it. Also, I don't think guidance will work that way anyway, because it only lasts instant now. So 19. 100% of base price. It is an uncommon item for 400 gold. We will sell it. So we sell the scroll counter spell for 200 gold each, but now I also have to roll on the possibility of a complication. 10% chance. Don't do it. Alright, things go by as normal. During those 7 days of searching for a buyer, Yrcys will also buy. Well, she'll get outfitted and buy some leather armor, or some studded leather, and she'll sell her old leather for 5. Okay, so starter leather is 45 gold. Okay, so she buys herself some of that. And she's going to buy herself some more arrows. It is 1 gold piece for 20 arrows. So she will buy... she'll buy 5. So now she doesn't need to worry about that. Obviously, her quiver can only hold 20 at a time. So that means that she'll need to then pull it out of her backpack or whatever, or refill it after every combat, but we'll keep that. Keep it going that she can only fire 20 per combat without having to reload the quiver. Syvwlch. He will buy 1 thing of arrows. He doesn't need any armor or anything, and he has his spellcasting focus with his quarterstaff. He has 7 days to do whatever it is he wants to do. Let's look at it. Downtime activities. Doesn't want to buy any magic items. I mean, maybe. Might want to buy magic items. I have to remember though that that this is a low magic campaign, so it'll be a -10 penalty for the rolls, because I don't want everyone to just be totally decked out with magical gear. So -10 to this. No. So I guess what we'll do is he will just merely pass time until the festival. Because coming up is the Feast of the Moon. And Feast of the Moon is great for those magically and spiritually attuned people. And also a time for a one-night adventure to happen. I guess I roll 1d100 for every day they spend not doing anything to see if there's any urban encounters. There's 1 urban encounter on the... Actually, there's 3 urban encounters on the 26th, on the 27th, 28th, and 29th. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I will roll on the solo D&D, and then I'll roll on this one, because this one's just fun. So 32 and a 12. So a beggar crouches in a dark corner, clearly diseased, or we found a trinket. Let's go with the found trinket one. An empty glass vial that smells like perfume when opened. Okay. Well, that's a trinket he found. Trinket. Empty glass vial that smells like perfume. Well, that's that one. Proposition. Person of the night propositions the player, but they may not be all they seem. Someone's trying to get to know Syvwlch on a sexual level. And 7. Contest. The adventurers are drawn into an impromptu contest. Anything from an intellectual test to a drinking competition or witness a duel. Well, the thing is, Syvwlch will not be drawn in by something as simple as sex. He's a kobold. Kobolds don't breed for fun. Kobolds breed only to increase population. Therefore, unless the propositioner was a female kobold, he wouldn't care. I can't breed with you, so fuck you, get away. Blah. So that's that one. And day 3. A fire breaks out, and the characters have a chance to help put out the flames before it spreads. Or 2 men are arguing about something. One turns to a PC and says, "You look like a reasonable man. What do you think?" Could be literally anything at all, and it could result in combat, a job, or just more arguing. Ooh. So a couple people are arguing, and they want Syvwlch's opinion on it. I'm gonna go with that one. Let's roll a couple of keywords to see what this argument is about. Something about a raid, hide, dry rot. So apparently there was a raid of some sort, and one of the guys decided to hide underneath a dry, rotten floorboard. I guess the one guy's calling him a coward for hiding. And the would-be coward looks at Syvwlch and says, "Hey, this guy might agree with me. He's a kobold. What do you think? Hey, you kobold, get over here. What's your opinion?" And Syvwlch says, "Me hide many times. If things are deadly, no harm in living to fight another day, yes?" And the coward looks at the other guy and says, "Huh? Oh? Look, I may have hid, but I'm alive." And the other guy, and guy number 2 is like, "You're both just craven," and walks away. And that is the encounter. before the 29th. The day comes. We successfully sell our magical items, and the final day of the month is upon us as we prepare for the holiday. Syvwlch, not much of a storyteller, and also very, very far away from his tribe and his clan, has no idea how to honor his ancestors. Let's say the day comes, right? Roll for encounters, because Night of the Dead, who knows what's going on? There might be skelly bros about. A doomsayer who preaches the end of the world. Level appropriate hard encounter. As we're celebrating, you know what? Let us do up to CR3 worth of skeletons and zombies. That will be the event. The doomsayer will actually be the necromancer who summons them. Be like, you don't think that the wind is coming? Well, fuck you! And then skeletons. Okay, let me make the battle map. The festival, so Derek is there too. Debating on it, honestly. You know what? I will do the Draconian Mage. And now for the randoms. Just showing why magic is pretty much outlawed in the world by having a Draconian Mage summon a crap ton of skeletons in the middle of the festival. Okay, this looks like our encounter. Pretty big, but it's a holiday event. And not to mention all the commoners are going to be fleeing. You know, with all the guards on our side, I'm going to roll one more d8 for skeletons. Alright, two more skeletons. So the mage, disguised as a human, as an elderly human man, will be shouting profanity. No, he'll be shouting words of doom at the nearby passerbys. But as people ignore him, you continue on, he gets more and more frustrated. And guards approach him to tell him to stop scaring the people, let us enjoy our holiday. To which he says, go to hell! And summons the skeletons, and we begin. As the undead begin to rise from hidden packages, the bones coming out of bags and rising out of barrels and out from under carts. Things that people wouldn't really expect a skeleton to be hiding in. As the mage throws his cloak to the side and grow in size to show that he is some sort of half-dragon mage. Syvwlch will bonus action cast Shillelagh and then run to a nearby creature to smack him with Shillelagh, which they're vulnerable to because they're skeletons. So that's 18 damage. This guy is dead already. Guard is surprised. So everyone except for the characters are going to be surprised. Short sword for 3 damage. Surprise, 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 surprise. That hits for 5. This one is going to run to a random commoner and attack and kills him. Skeleton is going to climb on top of the tent. Commoner is dead. Wait, does a 15 even hit? It wouldn't hit, but due to flanking rules, it does. 6. Skeleton's gonna run to the nearest creature and attack. Misses. There's 2 people he can try to hit. That's the guard. He's going to run to the nearest person and attack. Misses. This one's going to shoot an arrow at the nearest person, which is the god. Misses. Surprise. Surprise, 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 surprise. Yrcys, who is not surprised because of reasons. And she's going to draw her swords or blades, run up here and attack this skeleton. Another net 20 on her. That's like her 3rd one this session. 6. I mean, damage isn't good, but it's still whatever. And she gets advantage on the dagger. 3. This one's gonna run over here with a bow is going to fire at one of the 3 people we can see. Sorry, Commoner, I hope you live. No, you're dead. Commoner gets shut down as the mage chuckles. Skeleton's going to approach the nearest creature and slash. No. There is 2 people to attack. 1, 2, 3, that's the guard. 7 damage. Kills him. The Draconian Mage now will act. So yeah, he's going to do 2 Necrotic Ray attacks. I'm doing the 1 D&D thing where spells cannot crit because it makes a lot of sense when it was explained to me that of course spells can't crit because unlike melee weapons, they can go up. You know? The cantrips will get more D8s or more D10s. Spells you can upcast, blah blah, stuff like that. So this spell attack cannot crit even if it rolls in that 20. It will just do base damage at that guard. Nope. And then he'll make a second attack at the other guard. Nope, nope. Derek. Roll a 1. He sees his 2 reptilian friends over there, and he will try to meet them on the other side. So he's going to attack the archer on the right. 6. Just in case something happens, there's more around, he's going to use Stone Cunning. Okay, so invisible. Yes, okay, so it works. He can detect him, which is good because he does have invisibility. So, good to know. Syvwlch will continue clearing out some of the people. He's going to cast Hunter's Mark and put it on this guy down here as he rushes him. Not that Hunter's Mark is really needed, but it's good to have up. See, originally that wouldn't hit, but the guard is there. So minus 18. Dead. Skeleton's going to continue stabbing the guard. Get bodies for the master. Nope. Guard is going to rush the mage. 14. 15. Misses. Commoner is going to flee, and by fleeing is now off the map and got away. This guard is going to defend the people. 5. Commoner is going to disengage and flee, and is now off the map. Hits 4 damage to the skeleton. Skeleton is going to hobble over to the guard and once again attempt another kill. No. There are 2 people nearby and it doesn't care which one it kills. Must suck. But not today, you live. Flees off the map. Skeleton archer is going to shoot at the guard down below. Next attack against them has advantage. Skeleton is going to rush this guard because just to close this thing. Hits for 3 damage. Hits the guard for 7 damage. This guard is also going to rush the new mage and hits for 3 damage. And I don't think it has any resistances. Nope, so it takes all of that. Skeleton is going to attack Yrcys because it's the only person nearby. Misses. Going to attack the guard. Misses. Misses. This skeleton will draw a short sword and attack Derek. Misses. This guard will also rush the Draconian Mage. Doesn't do anything. Commoner flees and is off the map. This commoner is going to disengage and flee and is off the map. This commoner is just going to flee and is off the map. This commoner is going to flee, does not make it off the map. Yrcys is going to attack the one on the right that is weak for 5 damage. Unfortunately, does not get advantage on the dagger strike because it must be against the same target, so straight roll misses anyway. This skeleton is shooting. It's going to shoot at that commoner because that is now the closest person. Misses, which is lucky because now it's a commoner's turn. They run. And this commoner runs off the map. This skeleton will strike at Yrcys. Misses. Commoner will do disengage and attempt to run. Not yet off the map. Guard is surrounded by 3 of them. Gonna strike the one below, just in case they decide to get the flanking. Misses. Hits for 2 damage. Draconian Mage is going to do a trident attack against those near him. That hits. And then he's going to attack the one in the lower right. Misses. Hits it. 4 damage. Not enough to kill it. Civ is going to just attack, not Hunter's Mark it yet. Doesn't matter. Hits. 5. Attack the mage. Misses. Hits. Does a meaty 6 damage. Guard is going to attack the skeleton. No. Skeleton is going to attack the guard. Nope. For 5 damage. Same guard. Hits. Oh my goodness. Max damage and kills him. And then is going to run to the nearest people it sees, which is them over here. Attack the Draconian. Hits. For 5 damage. Skeleton's going to run towards the nearest people, which is these guys, and attack the guard from behind. Blinking bonus. Ooh, didn't need it. 9. Kills him. Guard's going to attack the skeleton for 4 damage. Yrcys is going to do 2 attacks, possibly, against the skeleton. First one misses. Actually, she's going to use her once a day reaction to reroll. Ah, I tried. Alright, dagger. Miss and miss. And then she's going to circle around it. Wait, if that wasn't her turn, who was it? Oh, this commoner. Yeah, he's gone. Attack Yrcys. Hit. For, 8 damage. Misses. Draconian mage. Stab. Misses. Stab. Misses. Derek, please kill this guy. 8 damage. And with him dead, turn his attention to the other skeleton. Alright, Civ. Please hit. Yeah. Well, it's only 10 damage. But he will take the attack of opportunity as he runs up here. Misses. Thank goodness for the shield. And he's going to bonus action healing word Yrcys. And also, technically, he should be max spell slots instead of this because Hunter's Mark was supposed to be casted without a spell slot. Skeleton attack guard. Sure, skeleton's hit. Here. Skeleton will charge this guy. Just because he's close. Or 3. Skeleton will attack the guard. Oh. Guard is slain by a skeleton crit. Hit. 5. Minus 5. Yrcys will attack the weak one. Hit. Wait. Why is this saying she's not proficient with it? She is proficient with it. Has this whole time I've been rolling without proficiency? Right. Killed him anyway. Because you see, she's supposed to be proficient with all weapons with a finesse property. Skeleton will strike back for 4 damage. Mage will trident 2 enemies. Oh boy. Kills them straight up. And attack the one on the right. Derek will strike at the skeleton who just killed another guardsman near him. For 9. Just what you needed, finally. Killing people and moving on. So now that we're at the top of the round again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll and see if the people who escaped managed to get help. Yes, they did. And now I'll roll a D100. 1 through, I'll go 1 through 60 is more guards, and then 61 through 100 is Stillcrest. All right, more guards. How many more guards arrive? Just 1 for now. But you watch, that guard's gonna turn the tide of battle. This heroic guard arrives on his own, ready to change the world. All right, Civ, just go ahead and stab him with your stick. 24 damage. You see, looking around, he thinks it'll be a good idea to attack the Draconian mage. So he will move there and prepare, or he's gonna Hunter's Mark him and prepare to start onslaughting him. Guard rushes forward to take on the undead threat. Minus 5. There's a lot of missing happening this round. Hey, but he nat 20 the Draconian. for 10 damage. It's going to shoot at the upcoming guard, our reinforcement. The guy who I guarantee you will change the course of this battle. Even at 1 HP, he shall prove himself to be worthy. Damn near a demigod. Yrcys will put her weapons away, action, draw her bow. Or not even action, draw her bow, action, dodge. Well, this guard finally kills a skeleton that Syvwlch weakened for him. Oh, hits the guard. That guard is dead. Nope, dead. Derek continues not to hit anything. I mean, that's unfair. That's unfair to me. He's been doing kind of good. Do we get reinforcements this round? No. Okay. Well, Syvwlch will then proceed to... man, no, he's going to charge him. Jump up on the fountain, walk over the frozen water. Just lately attack him. Misses. God, I'm going to use his advantage from Yrcys to roll. There we go. Oh, 12 for 17 damage. Woo! Ow. Oof. Owie, his bone. Our hero guard will run to the skeleton that's underneath the canopy and be like, "The gods have blessed me this day, so I may prove my worth. Huzzah!" And attacks. 23. I think that guard is dead. 5. Yeah, he's dead. Yrcys will draw her bow and fire at the draconian mage. Does not. But then she will charge to bonus action help. This guard will attack the skeleton, who will not leave him alone, for 2 damage. Draconian mage is going to stab at the 2 new people that just came. So 1 at Syv and 1 at Yrcys for 5. He doesn't. Hunter's mark is dropped. Spear at Yr. It's 10. Much bigger hit on her than him. Yeah, he's going to action turn undead. That one makes it. That one makes it. Jesus Christ. And that one fails. Because his spell save DC is 13. So this one's frightened. So it's frightened and incapacitated. Let me read up on that rule. Incapacitated. While you're incapacitated, you can't take actions or reactions. No concentration, can't speak. And you're surprised if we start combat with you incapacitated. Disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. He's going to bonus action use his healing word on Yrcys, who he sees just took a big hit. Okay, so I love the importer, but can you please stop putting these things in brackets? Do we get reinforcements this round? Yes. How many guards? Ooh, a full platoon even. So more guards arrive after getting news that there's an undead ambush. Syvwlch will strike at the draconian mage. 15. AC 15. I think the mage is dead. -8. Kills him. What is the death throes? When the draconian is reduced to 0 hit points, the skeleton flesh immediately shrivel away and his bones explode. Each creature within 10 feet of him must make a DC 10 dex save or take force damage. You take the force damage. You take none. So Syv takes 6 force damage as the creature explodes upon death. With the hard guy out of the way, we just need to handle these ads now. Skeleton's gonna try to stab the heroic guard. Well, guard, you held him out long enough. Because of you and your noble sacrifice, we will win this. The reason I'm still going to just ending it, because there is a very real chance for some reason that skeleton ends up killing every single one of these guards. With the dice rolls, you just never know. But it looks like that doesn't happen today. The guard kills the skeleton, and with that, we have won. So as the holiday is somewhat ruined by the slaughter of many guards and civilians, by the approaching of an unknown necromancer, the surviving guards will interview us about what happened, what we're doing here, do we know anything about the mage, and blah blah blah, and then commend us for job well done for helping them kill that mage and everything, because that could have gone a lot worse. We say, no problem, G. We tell them that we're happy to help, and that we're here to enjoy the festivities. We enjoy feasting with others and learning about the history of the land. And we are, well, released because we didn't do anything and we helped them. They kind of like, on the kobold thing. Like, oh, okay. But then they're like, wait, isn't that the one that both Derek and Sir Steelcrest were talking about? Like, oh, right, the white and crimson one. We hear good things about you, kobold. Keep up the good work. Thumbs up. And then they proceed to clear out the square. I'm thinking the dungeon crawling mixed with all the random encounters, the 14 days have passed, and the necromancer ambush might be enough for us to level up. Do we level up? +5? No. Okay, well, I thought so, but the oracle said no. What do you think, you dumb asshole? So it's the first of Night Hall, the last month of the year. We officially offer Derek a position within our group in the Adventurers Guild. He agrees. He says he would be more than happy to join us on our adventures. And especially seeing how willing we are to put ourselves in danger for the sake of others. It was one thing seeing us, do a dungeon crawl, but another thing entirely to see us actually go out of our way to protect people from an unknown magical force. Shows that we have courage in his eyes. On that day he had a bit of a toothache. Chewed on a rock to loosen the tooth so it falls out. There we go. That's how he handles that situation. He chews on a rock. For some reason on hers, I'm doing it like this, which would have been a lot actually easier for me. On the 11th. Ooh. Has challenged her to a duel. Maybe because she's a dragonborn or because she's traveling with a kobold. One of those happened. But the thing is, she would have won. Because she is stronger and higher level than a noble. I guess what I'll do now is I'll roll on the supplementary table to determine who this noble is. A neutral evil, halfling female, named Urula Applesun. So Applesun was not happy with her, and now I think Yrcys has an enemy of her, and now we have that call to action that Yrcys has. Let us roll on the quest table for it. What quest do they have us going on? Rescue another adventurer, huh? Okay. And this was sourced by lost map or letter found. And we get what? Okay, so let's roll the table for the guy we're supposed to rescue. Target is a neutral human female fighter named Sonia Tori. How many keywords do we get? Only one keyword to run off of? Oof. Oh, that's gonna suck. The only thing this map tells us, and the person who hires us tells us, Monopoly. Okay. So 223. Monopoly. I triple checked. Monopoly might not be much of a lead, but it might be enough, because we know that Iron Reach is having issues with both a famine happening, and they're also having issues with greedy merchants. So she could have been hired on to harass, or she's neutral, so she has no issues with either side. So to protect or harass a shipment, I will roll protect or harass. That is harass. To harass a shipment going to or from Iron Reach on behalf of one merchant lord versus another. We don't know if she's alive, but we do know where the ambush was supposed to happen. So let's begin our travels. So we will take we got it on, or we finally set the mission on the 1st. We will leave on the 2nd and head out. Random encounters. Oh, we get 3 encounters. Afternoon, evening, and first shift of camp. The guy hunts dragons. He should be deadly, right? However, his stealth attack fails. So he's like hiding over here, and he stands to shoot, but he makes a lot of noise, and we hear him. And we begin combat. Attack! Oh boy. Oh boy. So Derek sort of loses his head for a moment after this guy just randomly attacked them and then proceeded to beat the shit out of him for a little bit. Just straight up decapitates him. And Syvwlch will just sort of like hold his head like,
that was a person. That was a person. Yeah, well, now he's dead. Should have thought about that before he attacked us.
no harm, no foul. Shall we move on?
Yeah. Let's go.
10 kobolds on the road. Probably waiting to ambush somebody so they can steal for themselves. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kobolds get us surrounded. Kobolds get us surrounded. They pop up, and they're prepared to ask us for our goods when they realize that we are being led by a kobold. Syvwlch will walk up and talk to the apparent leader, speaking to him in the kobold language of yip yap. So he's going to talk to them, ask them what they want, and the kobolds are going to say, we are searching for supplies for our tribe. And they are immediately fearful of Syvwlch, starting to back up and stuff, because Syvwlch is a dragon rot, which is kobold plus. See, dragon shield is pretty close, but dragon shield is still not as powerful as as powerful as a dragon rot, but it's close. So they don't want to mess with a dragon rot kobold. So he spends a little bit of time talking to them, getting to know their tribe. I'm gonna roll persuasion check for him at advantage because of his size, or because of his race. 16. So this does not turn into a hostile encounter. They, right now, they are willing to talk to get to know him. Do the kobolds invite Syvwlch to their tribe's hideout? Yes. Oh man, we could stay with kobolds for the night. And obviously, I love kobolds. Syvwlch is a kobold. Kobolds are great. So they will call themselves the Whisperers. Let me add that to my House Rules Journal for World Lore. Beneath a ruined city. I like that one. Readers. Dwarves. The purpose of the dungeon was a stronghold. And history. Readers. Destroyed by natural disaster. I spelled disaster wrong. I'm having a stroke. It's an ER. Disaster? I'm having disaster. Okay. So we make our way with the kobolds to their hideout, to the Whispering Hideout, where they let us stay for the night. They're very eager to have a dragon rod around, and they're very happy to help us out because of my high persuasion check. So as we're going, Derek immediately recognizes this place as a kobold stronghold, or as a dwarven made stronghold, and he's curious about how did the kobolds get this place, and they will answer that they found this place a few decades ago, empty and abandoned, and have since made it their home. As this wonderful little kobold society exists, we are let in merely because Syvwlch. The kobold dragon shield at the entrance. Like, give him a sniff. And they introduce themselves. That's what tribe he's from. He tells them that from the mainland, he's from a tribe that was threatened by his powers and whatnot. And they say, shame, dragon rot, welcome here. Go, enter, have fun. Welcome home, brother. And we are allowed in. We are allowed into the Whisperer's stronghold. They're keeping an eye on the tall people for obvious reasons. But a lot of the commoners here would be very interested in Syvwlch. Walking around, they would exchange smells like the way cats would, touch noses and stuff. And just talk, ask questions. Why is his scales white? Where is he from? Beautiful crimson. Magical powers? And stuff like that. And we are allowed to stay here. Which I like. I feel good about this whole scenario. Well, time for the nighttime encounter. So as we are allowed to rest in a nearby corner, we're not given a bed. We're not given a bed below ground because outsiders, they like me, but they don't know if I'm good or not. But we get a question from the guard to ask us for help, saying that a boar is poking it around and is threatening the front of the stronghold. We say, yes, of course we help. So we'll start the encounter here, and we'll only roll initiative for the kobolds that are outside. So the kobold is squealing and charging the front, drawn by the sound of people and food. 6. Nope, I mean that, but it doesn't matter. Dead. And with that, combat is ended. The boar has been slain. The kobolds cheer, very happy to be successful as they go back to their guard areas. And a couple of kobold inventors will come out to dissect the corpse, and we'll probably end up buying some food from them before we leave. But that is it for today. Now we do our long rests. Okay, get all of our stuff back. Change the date to the 3rd. And with that, we'll move on. We will remember the location and probably visit it often. Maybe make that our main quest hub for a little bit. Who knows? 2 encounters in midday. So it's either a deadly encounter or a deadly encounter. Our options are were-tigers or a custom-made deadly encounter. I think I will do that custom-made deadly encounter. So as these berserkers run from the brush, Yrcys immediately turns to the one flanking them, fires off an arrow, using her daily reroll because I can. There we go. For 7 damage. We've won! Derek is no longer dying. And he's stabilized because we just made it, but I will roll medicine to try to get him up to standing. Okay, he is at 1 hit point. He was not expecting those people to come at them like rabid animals, but it happened. He thanks Syvwlch for saving his life and thanks Yrcys for saving his life. She'll give him another potion of healing, or her last one, because he is quite hurt. And we will find a way station or a place out of the way to take a short rest. So we had one more encounter that was immediately after this. So as we just walked down the road like 14 feet, were-boar or giant boars, like a lot of giant boars. A farmer invites you to his house for a meal. We will take that and we will rest at the farmer's house for tonight. And we go on for, we were already here. So we go on for the next day, bypassing the crypt. I don't know what's the chances we're gonna have like 5 more encounters today. Come on. 2 more encounters. 25% chance is looking pretty good right now. So one is, as soon as we step outside the farmer's door, that is kobolds, monster ambush, level appropriate easy encounter. Both of those match the kobolds. So we got kobolds. Are they the same kobolds? Are they whisperers? Yes. So more whisperers came by. Were they checking on us? No. Did we just happen by then? Circumstances don't seem too eager, do they? They weren't keeping an eye on us, they say. But it wasn't by random chance that we bypassed either. Oh god, are they here to hurt us?
No. Okay, good. So it's not a combat encounter.
Whew. With that said, we talk for a little bit, get an idea about what's going on, where we're going. Ask them if they've seen the caravan we're looking for. They say... no. Okay, thank you very much. We'll move on our way. Cats? We run into a bunch of cats.
Appropriate hard encounter.
I'm going to go for the cats because this recording is going on for a little long. And I want to end the session with us at the caravan ambush. We'll start investigating at the start of next session. So cats, we run into a bunch of cats. I want to pet the cats. I am able to pet a couple of cats. They are happy with us. Cool. We make it here. Okay, so we're now on the road to Iron Reach. Get a good old long rest. Oh, today's a busy day.
6 encounters. Alright, morning. Is a small creek or
A couple of elks. So we find a babbling brook and we refill our flasks. So this is 2 out of 5.
giant wolf spiders, a creepy and unsettling token and or sign. Is a sign related to the caravan we're looking for? Yes. So I think that's actually going to be the end of the encounters because it looks like we now have a trail to follow. Does it have a trail? Oh yes. And wilderness. So the caravan goes off the path into the wilderness. At this point. Do we see signs of a fight? Yes. Oh, so we found the ambush spot.
Excellent, excellent.
So with that, I'll go ahead and end this.
Because we have found what we are looking for.
We have found the trail of the caravan. And Syvwlch can follow it easily. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I really enjoy doing these solo D&D things.
Something I didn't realize was I forgot to move a lot of Xanathar stuff over, such as the Xanathar downtime activities, which gives you much more options when it comes to doing things between adventures. So I'm going to update those and do another recording soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.
Berabua,
August, but not, my friends.